What's going on, everybody? I'm making this video today to talk about a lot of the questions I've been getting in the comments of my recent videos of my new KX250. Quite a few people have asked me exactly how much I paid for this new dirt bike and why I chose the Kawasaki versus, any of the other brands that are out there. So today's just going to be a quick video for me talking about why I chose the KX250 and exactly how much I paid for this bike. So there are, I would say, three very specific reasons why I chose this bike. Number one, and most importantly, is the price of this bike. So let me get my little sheet over here. So I got this bike from a dealership in Maryland called Delmarva Power Sports. Everyone over there is really, really nice, really great people. If you're anywhere on the East Coast, I suggest you check them out. I'm not sure how far you're going to be from them, but it's definitely going to be worth the drive. They have killer prices, and honestly, like I just said, the most important reason why I chose this bike was the price of it. The out-the-door cost of this bike, after fees and all that, was $6,093.69. So here's just a shot of my receipt, just so I can prove to you guys that that's the price that I paid for the bike, $6,093.69. And that is actually even with an hour meter that they installed on this bike for me before I picked it up. I think without the hour meter, it may have been like $6,050 is what they're selling them to most people. That is honestly like the cheapest bike that I've ever seen brand new. I never thought I was going to be able to afford a brand new bike. And once I saw the deals that they were giving out, I sold my RMZ as fast as possible and went out and bought this new guy just because it was such a great deal. I didn't want to pass up on it. So yeah, reason number one, the cost, $6,093.69. Woo, for this brand new, beautiful machine. Again, big shout out to Delmarva Power Sports. Obviously, they didn't give me any discounts for advertising their name or talking about them. They are giving this price to everyone. They seriously just have really, really good deals. So go check them out. Okay, so on to the second very important reason why I chose this bike. Obviously, most important is price. That played a big role in my decision making. But the second reason has to do with the bike itself. So Kawasaki, from all the reviews I've read, and watching like the shootout videos by Michael Lindsay and the other publishing companies, Kawasaki has done quite a bit of engine work for 2020 for this year, and they say it's like up 3 horsepower from last year, and the power band overall is really good. It pulls so hard in the top end, just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling. And now that I've rode it, I can honestly say that the motor is awesome. The motor's great. So that was one reason. The KYB suspension, they switched to KYB suspension this year, and everyone always talks so highly about the KYB suspension on Yamahas, so that's obviously a plus. I've sat on a couple different bikes before, and honestly, the Kawasaki seems to be the most narrow bike that I've ever sat on. It feels very, very thin between my legs. It makes it really, really easy to move around in the turns. Specifically, when I compared it to sitting on a Yamaha, the Yamaha felt so wide, it came all the way out to here. This one just feels a whole lot nicer for me anyway. Another thing about the bike, this is all within reason two. Reason two is, things about the actual bike itself. So I think other companies have this as well, but there's holes in the triple clamps stock. I'm not sure if you can see this. Let me zoom in and turn my brightness up. So those holes right there are holes in the triple clamps where you can adjust the position of the handlebar. So if you're a taller rider like I am with longer arms, you can take the bars out of these spots and put them in the forward position over here. And all that does is, let me go back to this. All that does is extend the bar position out farther, but it makes it a whole lot more comfortable for me to ride. So that was really nice. That was a nice perk. They also have adjustable foot peg positions down here. So I have this right now Turn my brightness again. I have this right now set in the lower position. Obviously it comes stock in the taller regular, the higher up regular position, but for taller riders they give you the option with a second mounting hole where you can move the foot pegs, you know, from up here down. I think it's 5 millimeters or something like that, but it actually feels like it makes a difference. I'm 6'3", so anything that is going to make it feel more comfortable for a tall guy like me is really, really awesome. So I think that sums up like my reason 2. Reason 2 was all about the details of the bike. So I would sum it up to reason 2 is motor, suspension, and then the adjustability that it has for a tall rider like me being 6'3". Moving on to reason number 3. Now, some people might think my third reason for buying this bike is kind of silly. But for me, because I make so many videos about it, it's going to make sense. The color of it. So one, I think it looks really, really good. I think the bike looks great. I really like the green color, but that's not what I mean. The green color shows up really, really well on camera, whether it's your GoPro or this, you know, Sony camera that I'm using right now. It shows up really easily. And it makes it really simple for me to color grade footage and make all the other colors pop and keep that green the same color. So to some people that might seem like a silly reason to buy a dirt bike, but for me, I make a ton of YouTube videos. It just makes my life a whole lot easier, being the fact that it's green and it's easy to color grade and it pops on camera. It looks really, really good on camera. So yeah, reason number 3. So I would say those 3 reasons are actually why I bought this bike. The price of it, number 1, and most importantly, obviously, the bike itself, like the motor, the suspension, the adjustability, the bike is awesome. I really, really liked that. That's another reason why I chose it. And then, like I just explained, the whole color situation that really, really works for me in making YouTube videos. Now, if you want to stick around and listen, I'm also going to explain now why I didn't choose any of the other brands. So Suzuki, Yamaha, Honda, KTM, Husqvarna, whatever, why I didn't choose any of those. Number 1, why I didn't choose a Suzuki. Yes, I had a Suzuki before, and that's exactly why I didn't want to buy another Suzuki. I think the Suzuki was probably the exact same cost as this, if not even cheaper, from Delmarva Powersports. But I already had a Suzuki, and I wanted to try something new. I've had the Suzuki for so many years, I just wanted to try something new, so that completely just took the Suzuki off the table for me. The Yamaha, I think I talked about it a little bit earlier in the video. It felt really, really wide when I sat on it. I rode one a couple years back. It was like a 2014 or 2015 model, and I honestly didn't love the way it felt. You know, it's all just personal preference, but I didn't love the way it felt. And Yamahas are a bit more expensive. It wasn't as low cost as this one was. Honda, honestly, I probably would have had a lot of fun riding the Honda too. I had nothing against the Honda. The new like 2020 CRF 250R, I'm saying. The new Honda looks really, really cool, but again, it was a good bit more expensive than this KX250 was. And that's pretty much the same reason for the KTM and the Husqvarna. I probably couldn't afford a brand new KTM or Husqvarna. They're just thousands and thousands of dollars more than what I paid for this, so they were completely off the table. So it seems like, you know, my number 1 reason that I didn't get most of these other bikes was cost related. But, you know, all these bikes are really, really great machines, and I'm sure I would have had fun on any of them, and I'm sure that you will have fun on any of them no matter what you pick too. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like. Give me your thoughts on what you think about me buying the KX250 now that you hear some reasons as to why I bought it. And a question for you. If you went out there and were going to buy a new bike, what brand new bike would you be buying? You know, with all these factors into play like cost and all the other features of the bike, what would you be buying? But again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little short video. I got a lot of comments about these questions, so I figured it'd be easier for me to just make a video about it instead of responding to each person's comment separately. So yeah, thanks guys. See you later.